Okay, everybody, welcome back. This is Tech Talk with Dan Harley, episode number 162, recorded on July 6th, 2020. Happy belated Independence Day. This episode is a continuation of episode number 161, the previous episode, where I briefly discussed one of my Twitter accounts being suspended indefinitely for essentially no reason. So I'm having several queries about that by my industry peers, some industry pros, as well as some individuals. So also I recently joined Parlay and discovered scores of former Twitter users being blocked as well. So this prompted further discussion. So anyway, this episode is going to go further into my account suspension, why I'm not concerned about really recovering it, and why you should avoid Twitter in the first place. So anyway, in case you're new to my YouTube channel or Facebook page or the podcast show, I'm Dan Harley. I have over 20 years of internet marketing and internet solution consulting experience. I've helped countless businesses succeed online. This Tech Talk show is to help business owners. I use this show to help business owners, basically answer some questions, solve some problems, provide some sound advice and direction. You can find the links to the YouTube channel, the podcast show on iTunes and Android, a Facebook page as well, and other stuff at primeconcepts.net. That's PRIMECONCEPTS.net. You can find links to the YouTube channel, podcast show, all that stuff right there. Also see lots of free stuff there. Free tutorials on internet marketing, how to build an SEO-friendly website, and much, much more. So go visit primeconcepts.net and get all the goodies there. Now, let's talk about the issue at hand. Twitter banned me again, part 2. So anyway, the story is Twitter suspended my one of my, I've had several Twitter accounts for many different reasons, which we'll cover here as we go by. The one I'm concerned about is Prime Concepts 2K. It was suspended sometime after May 28th. Not quite sure when. Had very little usage. And essentially, I tweeted my blog posts and vlog posts. Basically, what you're seeing here, I would post on my website, and this Twitter account would automatically post out to Twitter. So it's usually non-controversial. There's nothing really going on with it, nothing political or anything. Then I dug into it a little bit more, and maybe there's a problem. So anyway, a little bit more of a backstory here. I used to be extremely active on Twitter. I had several accounts for different focuses on various different websites I had, and different objectives too. I had a couple of primary accounts at Mojave Dan and one at Dan Harley, obviously me, which focused on business-related, technology-related stuff, SEO-related stuff, even some network marketing stuff that I've been doing some consulting on. So most of the time, it was technically related, marketing-related, advertising-related. Every once in a while, I would get political with Mojave Dan because I would consider that my primary account. But I would never, let's say, post any nudities, any nude shots of me. I'd probably scare everybody away anyway if I did that. Nothing profound or anything. It's just my opinion at most. So anyway, a couple of years ago, primarily it was a couple of years ago. But by the way, also too, my other accounts, most of my other accounts have at least like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers on them, and I earned them. Okay, I'm not a celebrity or anything, but these accounts were followed by people who had interest in these certain focus groups. Okay, internet marketing, online buying stuff, discount stuff. I had one on strictly network marketing, multi-level marketing. So these accounts, I call it organically acquired their followers for those specific groups, and I would post post content specific for those focus groups. So again, nothing on it is porn or anything. It just was predominantly G-rated stuff. I don't recall anything I wouldn't show my own son, who's just turned 11 years old. So it's usually topic driven. Again, my Mojave Dan, and then on top of that, are the two primary sites, my Dan Harley site and Mojave Dan site accounts. Both of those had about 60,000 followers each. And once again, they were organically acquired. I worked very hard to get that large following, and I respected it, because these people, because I looked at it that as a relationship. I want to make sure the people who follow me get good value out of my whatever I tweet. So it was very important to me. In fact, on top of that, I really like Twitter as a marketing platform. Okay, I can touch. One thing with Twitter here, at least in the past, you could touch anyone on the network, regardless if they're following you or not. And if you do things just right here, you can really. I could used to be able to drive thousands of people thousands of visitors to a website in very short time, within a half a day. It was a great platform for that. I would swear by it. And then almost 2 years ago, I got permanent, not just suspended, permanently banned from Twitter. Permanently banned. This is after I liked a tweet of somebody who was against boycotting In-N-Out Hamburger in California, if you guys ever known about that. They shut down my two primary accounts, my personal account, Dan Harley, and Mojave Dan. I mean, basically made all those followers, those tens of thousands of followers, just evaporate. And just really hit me hard from a marketing standpoint, because those are two very important card accounts to me. Okay? So after that, I did the typical thing. I begged, what happened? So on and so forth. What can I do to unsuspend my account? Asked Twitter, hey, you know what? What did I do? They gave me the and I'm going to show you here a little bit what they usually give to the people that got suspended. They gave me the generic, your account has been suspended, revoked, whatever. Here's the link to the terms of service that you have violated, and it got gigabytes of documentation, so you really got no idea. So I'm still to this day trying to get that thing back. I'm probably going to give up here in a little bit. So anyway, after that happened, I immediately throttled back on my other accounts. Almost some of the accounts, almost no usage at all. My Prime Constance 2K account, all I did was basically retweeted any of my blog posts. That's it. Okay? Because frankly, I was afraid that what just happened would happen, where I would lose my account. So what happened here? Let's do this. Let's go on desktop, and I'll show you there. I'm going to go and let's screen you here. Okay, here we are. The Twitter terms of service documentation. But let's go to my account first. Anyway, this is my Prime Constance 2K account here. You can see I got 336,000 tweets on here. It's been a well-seasoned, well-used account for quite a long time. Never had an issue. This red thing you see here, it essentially tells me that my account's been suspended. I'll show you something here. I'm going to try to follow the CDC. You see, account is suspended and not permitted to follow users. Learn more, and then it sends you the suspension, the terms of service thing here. So all my followers and following has been wiped out. I had about 6,000 followers in here. As far as I know, probably more. And you can see here, the tweets were basically off my website. The episode 148, 156, 159. You can see here 147, 146. So you can see there's a pattern. And I got one here, a little bit different here, Blackout USA. So anyway, there's a pattern. All I did was just basically retweeted my blog post. So I'm going, I really, I was dumbfounded. What happened here? Why? Now, on top of that, this is what happens. They say you're suspended. They send you to this page like here, and really don't give you much in detail. They said, you've broken one of these rules, and there's a miles and miles and miles of documentation here. What the rules are? So you really got no idea. So nice to ask. I did say, hey, I filed an appeal, and I did that a couple weeks ago. Haven't heard back yet. In fact, I know based on previous experience, I'll be lucky to hear back from within a couple months. Okay, so I'm not looking forward to be able to renew these accounts. I basically consider them dead based on past experience. So anyway, so I'm going to sit here scratching my head. What happened? What did I do? So it's kind of up to you to find out what you did wrong. And a lot of it's on assumptions. So talking to some of my colleagues out there who had have a lot of experience with Twitter, also with some of my newer friends on Parlay, and we're going to talk about that in a future episode. Parlay is basically a competitor to Twitter here. It's got a lot of recent attention because a lot of these suspensions have been going on. So anyway, I was given some suggestion what might have happened. And so let me kind of follow you down this path here. I'm going to go to my website here. This is let me show you here. Oops, sorry. On the Twitter account, the last post from my website was TikTok episode 159. Okay. The next post would have been episode 160 because that's a chronological order. And here we are. I did post something, said, what did Twitter do wrong? If you go back to episode 160, you see in full length on YouTube what I covered here. And I basically, this would be the tweet. Okay, I'd pick up the first couple hundred characters, and that will be the tweet. So a discussion about Twitter censorship. President Donald Trump executive order, Section 230 of the Communication Decency Act and related topics. Could the internet, as we know it, significantly change? Does social media need to be regulated? Question mark. So this is, if you look at two perspectives here, this is basically informational for people who are, at the time, were concerned about the President Trump's Twitter being censored at that time. I think the day before this happened. If you are left-leaning, liberal, this would be very controversial. Okay? And I found this out kind of the hard way. So, anyway, I had, and in fact, a blog post 160. Let me go a step further here, too. On the YouTube channel, you can see it yourself. I'll do it very quickly so you don't have to go through it all. I discussed on the CDA Section 230, and it's kind of about the concerns I had with Twitter losing that protection. Because if they lose that protection, they get sued like crazy. But all the other stuff they allow in there, all the pedophiles and all the child pornography, all the pornography, all the threats from ISIS and everything else out there. This would without the Section 230 protection, Twitter and YouTube and Facebook could be in a lot of legal trouble. That's just the facts. That's not my opinion. Okay, so that was all the YouTube channel was all about. However, unless somebody at Twitter looked at that video and then made their judgment, which they could have. Okay, I don't see any reason why they would block that either, because YouTube allowed that content. So there's nothing really overly controversial. I'm not telling that, oh, go F you this or F you that or threaten to kill anybody. That wasn't happening here. I was just laying out the facts about Section 230 of the CDA because a lot of people were asking about it. So I think this is what triggered the suspension. Now, how did Twitter pick this up and decide to suspend me on this? Well, from some of my colleagues, there's what they call Twitter influencers, and that term is used loosely because there's different names for it. Some things I can't use because it's a little derogatory. These are users who basically report on anything and everything they do not agree with. Okay, and they almost always, and they usually have some type of connection with Twitter, within Twitter staff, or they might even be Twitter staff. We don't really know. Based on the people who give me some feedback, it could be across the board. These people who report Twitter accounts, they almost always get that targeted account suspended or permanently banned. Okay, and this has happened to very large Twitter accounts. My measly 50,000 or measly 5,000 followers is nothing compared to other Twitter members who had literally millions following them, and their accounts have been basically evaporated overnight. So, what has probably happened, and we'll never really know, okay, was apparently this was picked up. This tweet that went out, who knows when, on June 8th, was probably picked up one of these influencers, okay, and reported to Twitter. And subsequently, the account was banned or suspended. Now, my repercussions, what am I going to do after this? And the moral story here, let me go a step further here. I'm going to reprint a moral story I presented a couple episodes ago. Twitter censorship has been an issue for years, many years. This is not something new. This is not something specific to President Trump. This is very problematic. Okay? Twitter has a long history of arbitrarily fact-checking and censoring, long before President Trump became president and all this stuff. So, I'm sorry if I piss people off at Twitter or pissed off my liberal friends, but that's how it is. That's the facts. I'm living proof of it here. What's going on here? So anyway, what am I going to do? Well, personally, I'm not going to sweat losing the account. Okay, Twitter is proven since a couple years ago. Well, actually, about maybe a little bit before when I got my primary accounts banned. Twitter is proving to losing its market integrity significantly. Ever since 2016, I would call the buyers, people who buy stuff off of Twitter, people who it would influence a purchase, are gone. They're leaving. They're left Twitter. There's nobody there to buy stuff or recommend services. Mostly, Twitter's mostly become a big sounding board for liberals and the liking. Now, if that's who you intend to sell your stuff to, your services or products to, there could be a platform for you. But for the layperson who either, frankly, has no political affiliation, just want to get their name, their brand out there, their business out there in front of people who might be interested in conducting business with them. No political affiliation one way or the other. This is becoming a very toxic environment. Okay. In fact, I want to let's back up. Let's imagine if you establish your business image on Twitter. Okay, and someone is pissed at you. And let's imagine you have a Twitter business account like I have. No, you had. Okay, someone who's pissed at you personally finds out your business account. All right. And they troll you, they report you, and you get suspended. And you really have no recourse to defend yourself. And all those trolling tweets and stuff like that, they're out there. You have no recourse to take it away. So, you're kind of stuck. You're damned if you do, damned if you're damned regardless. Okay. So, for me, like I say, it's becoming almost useless as a marketing tool. I'm really going to stop recommending Twitter to my clients, and I got facts to prove it. I got a history of data to prove this. That's not going to work. Okay. I'm also, here's something else or two. We're going to parlay into parlay. Okay. Parlor, depends on who you talk to here. I just became a member of Parlor about a week ago, and I am just thrilled with it. I'll be up front. This is basically a Twitter's competitor. They really push free speech. Okay. It is a blessing. It's just a fresh breath of air to be able to post something without concern about being banned. Adding a step further here too, I just talked to tech support, their Parlay tech support, about an issue, minor issue. They responded to me within about 5 minutes, which is crazy fast. I never got that from Facebook, never got that from Twitter. You know, hopefully it stays that way as they grow. I'm quickly building a following there. I think I have almost 300 followers here within a week. It's insanely fast, and it's amazing how fast followers are growing over there. I'm just blessed, really. Now we're going to cover Twitter Parlay in detail soon here, but I'm thinking that platform is going to grow to becoming what Twitter used to be as a marketing platform. Frankly, had Twitter stayed out of the politics, they can maintain that edge, that marketing edge that no other platform has. They're giving it away to somebody else, which is very likely going to be Parlay. So, anyway, that being said, on what you could do, frankly, my recommendation is don't use Twitter anymore. You know, if for you as I'm talking from a business perspective here, Twitter is just toxic. I just walk away from it, go someplace else. Okay. All right. So anyway, let's wrap this up. I'm sure there's gonna be some questions out there. Any question, concern? I have a little unique situation. Yeah, go ahead and put a comment on the video you see, the blog post the blog post you see on iTunes or Android, or frankly, just call me and send an email to me. Okay, contact me at danharley@primeconstants.net. Subject: put Twitter banned me. I get loads of emails, but I want to make sure I catch yours if you have a question. So subject is going to be Twitter banned me, which will link me to this episode here. Or call me. Call my office here, 760-247-4814. And I get a lot of calls too, but I do a pretty good job of getting back to everybody. So also, do me a big favor. Share those with friends and colleagues. Hopefully this information can be beneficial to others out there. And last but not least, thank you for watching and listening to my channel. I do this for you guys out there. I don't get paid anything from it. I just do this because I enjoy helping people, enjoy sharing my knowledge, expertise, what's going on around here. And I love talking to people. I love trying to solve problems, help people out. So keep that in mind. Anyway, thanks for watching and listening again. Good luck and Godspeed to your online success, and be safe out there.